All right, guys, just another awesome lesson today on bat lag, and just another way to look at it so that we can really start to understand what our hands and wrists and everything are supposed to be doing to create and release bat lag in the swing. Now, I'm making this video because I've had some students struggle with this in the past and actually understanding what's actually simply supposed to happen from the end of the speed load into the bat lag position and then into the ball. Now, we're going to just break this down to its most simple form. We know from the hands to the ball videos that we want to take our hands to the ball. We want to take our physical hands to the ball. But we also need to understand that we need to have bat lag while we're doing this. So the problem that I've seen with my students is they will, I'll show you from down the line, we'll get into their load stride position, be in a great position, great to go load, and they will actually get their hands going towards the ball, but then they'll kind of sense that they're not lagged behind the ball. They'll sense that the bat's not back here. So what they'll do is they'll bend their elbow to get the bat to lag behind, and then that puts us in a weak position, and then they try to get into their straight arm release. From there, I'll show you from face on. We get into this load stride position. We start our hands going towards the ball, then we sense that we're not lagging, and then this elbow bends, or it'll bend from the loaded position here, and they're using the elbow to create lag. They're using the elbow to bring the bat in so that we can swing the bat around. Now, what we're going to work on here today is understanding we don't want to do that with our elbow. We want to do that with our wrist. Okay, now this happens more naturally in the swing when our hands and wrists are relaxed and they can swing forward. But we're going to work on it and be a little bit more conscientious of what's actually happening. What actually happens from the end of the speed load is our hands are going to go out towards the ball, and our wrists are going to set the bat back into our bat lag position. Our hands are going forward, and our wrists are bending back to get the bat into that bat lag position. So our wrists are very amazing things when it comes to hitting. They can move the bat a very long ways with very little bit of body movement. So if we understand that the wrist can set that bat back into that bat lag position, we no longer have to bend this lead elbow to set the bat inside the ball so that we can swing around and through. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a drill to start to help ourselves understand how bat lags create, how we can keep this lead arm for leverage in the swing, because we know the longer our lead arm is, the more leverage we have in the swing, and then we can create the most amount of speed with the most amount of consistency, which is what it's all about. Okay, so the drill we're going to do today is going to consist of just what we went over. We're going to create bat lag slowly on the tee, and then we're going to recreate it in our swing. And the more we do this, the more of that bent elbow positioning to get in the lag is going to get more out and out and out. Okay, so we're going to get into our we're going to get into our perfect tee setup, and then we're going to load stride here. And what I want you to do is take your hands towards the ball and then set the bat back with your wrist. Now, we're not letting go of the bat with our hands to set it back. We are actually taking our wrist and cocking them back with the hands. So you can imagine that the wrist is going back or to the side and back just a little bit. So we have some extension, wrist extension, what we call extension. This would be flexion, a little bit of wrist extension as the wrist is going back and setting this into the bat lag. So we're going to be in this perfect tee setup. We're going to load stride. We're going to let those hands go towards the ball as we're getting into the max bat lag, and we're going to let those wrists set the bat back into the bat lag position. The key thing I want you guys to pay attention here is that there's just only a slight amount of bend in this lead arm. We don't want a lot of bend. We just want a very slight amount of bend. And then what we want to do from there is go back to the top of our swing and just recreate that very slowly through our swing. We're going to go here. We're going to let our hands go towards the ball, set the bat back, and then release in through the ball. Not worrying too much about. We're just going to focus in on the bat lag portion. We're going to focus in on letting the hands go out and the wrist go back. Okay, I'm going to show you again here from down the line. Perfect tee setup. We're going to load stride. We're going to let those hands go towards the ball while those wrists set the bat back. Come back, load stride again. Let those hands go back to the ball as the wrists go back, and then release it through. Not worrying, again, too much about what the ball's doing, worrying about making sure our technique looks right on camera. And then what we're going to do from there is we're simply just going to work through the gears again. We're going to go 25% to 50 to 75 all the way up to 100. So let's go ahead and get in here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to load stride. We're going to recreate that hands going out towards the ball, long arm, your wrist going back, and then we're going to make a good 25% swing here. So load stride, recreating that feeling. And I really felt like my hands are going towards the ball and my wrists are cocking back as they're going. Okay, and because we're working on the tee, we don't have to worry about timing. That'll come with a little bit of repetition after we get it good on the tee. Now we're going to bump it up to 50%. I'm going to take that same mock action towards the ball, letting those hands and wrists go out while the wrists go, or the hands go out while the wrists go back, and then recreate that at about 50%. Okay, I'm actually feeling a really good amount of bat lag there. Probably something I need to be working on, but feels really, really good because I'm really concentrating on a very powerful move in the swing. Now we're going to bump it up to 75%, still creating that first movement kind of nice and easy and slow. Load stride here, hands go out, wrists go back, 75%. Wow, feels really good. So now we're going to go ahead and bump it up to full game speed. You know, really, really focusing on that drill. Game speed, focusing on this technique. Load stride, go ahead and recreate that again, and then game speed. Wow, yeah, really feeling a lot of whip through that drill. Really good drill to feel that bat lag in the proper direction. Now, when we're doing our reps, make sure that you get a good 25 reps in with that first part of the drill where we're just moving the bat through the zone, and then we're going to get another 25 reps in at 25%, making sure that we're getting 25 perfect repetitions in each section, and then we're going to go 50%, 25 reps, 75%, 25 reps, game speed, 25 reps, making sure every rep is as perfect as it can possibly be. Go ahead and work on that, guys. Get those hands to the ball, get those wrists back, allow those physics to take over, let that bat whip on through the zone. Feeling that nice speed. I even felt a lot more than I remember when I first started doing this drill. It feels really good. Go out there and feel it for yourself, and we'll see you guys in the next lesson. Now, if you haven't already, head over to prospeedbaseball.com and check out our free lessons and our online coaching program where you can work one-on-one with me as your own personal instructor through unlimited video analysis. And stay tuned for a bonus clip at the end of this video of one of our membership lessons from the website. Thanks again for watching. Good luck with your swings, good luck with your games, and we'll see you guys soon. These are all symptoms to improper sequencing in the swing and not getting the right amount of extension at the right time, or where we want to make contact with the ball in relationship to where we want to be extended after contact. And that's the key one. We do want to be extended after contact. Just before full release is when we're going to get maximum velocity on that object. So in a baseball swing, so if we go into contact and we make contact and then we have full release, then we're going to be maximizing our speed into the ball. So that all you have to do is set up the drill properly, make swings, and you're going to start syncing up your swing right away. And that's exactly what this drill is going to do. It's going to help us learn the proper motions to hit the ball correctly. So if I put a digital tee here where we'd want to make contact with the ball, ideally when we're practicing off the tee or we're hitting in the game, we're going to load stride here. You're going to see me get into contact here, and then if I'm still swinging out to this ball in front of me,